Hi, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights on this Sunday late afternoon. This weather video driven by 802cars.com representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. We're looking at a pretty nice Sunday here, just on the cold side, and temperatures kind of illustrate the point. We've managed to make it into the many areas in the teens. Still some pretty cold air up to the north and west of our region. This is going to be situated as the makings of a pretty impressive weather system is going to be approaching us. We have it right now. It's starting to produce some pretty good snowfalls in some parts of northeast South Dakota. Some gusty winds coming chinooking off the some portions of the Rockies there through Wyoming, which is very, very windy anyway. And then we also have a lot of thunderstorm activity that's located a little bit to the south. This thunderstorm activity has just been sitting away off of really the eastern coast of Mexico, the Gulf coastal region. And so a lot of thunderstorms out here. This is a localized area of low pressure disturbance. These two are going to get together in tandem and produce a very significant snowfall that's going to wind up across Florida here in the next 24 hours and then track along the coast, undergo bombogenesis, and then take a track somewhere in the vicinity of Cape Cod, potentially the benchmark, and may even curl back just a little bit into parts of Maine or across Maine, roughly about Bar Harbor. So we're looking at a big area of higher pressure here associated with the cold air that's been pushing in from the northwest. And this is an area of low pressure here that's getting ready to develop or in the process of developing. This is valid tonight at about 1 o'clock in the morning. This is the other area of low pressure, and these two are basically going to become in tandem. This is a polar branch of the northern branch of the jet stream. This is subtropical branch. These two, this is going to provide the cold air and a lot of the jet stream energy. This is going to provide a lot of the moisture, and that's all going to get together. And so watch the evolution here. And this is the 51-member ensemble of the European. So we're seeing low pressure form over portions of Florida there. Well, this is valid at 06Z on Tuesday morning. That would be 1 o'clock in the morning. And by that time, a precipitation shield is really expanded out. It's venting out with the upward vertical motion of the storm system. And it's getting into a good portion of northeast and almost into Vermont at this point. Not quite. This is bombogenesis, rapid deepening of the low pressure system. That position is really good for some jackpot snows and thrown well inland across interior areas of the middle Atlantic states into the northeast United States. And you can see where the tendency has been for these areas of low pressure to be not too far off the New Jersey coast. That crosses in the vicinity of Cape Cod. That is a gradual shift to the north and west, and then into the Gulf of Maine. That's very good for all of Vermont to receive heavy snow. And then crossing, it looks like around Bar Harbor, a little bit east. And then the storm begins to weaken, and so forth. And this is valid about 1 o'clock on Thursday morning, heading north of the vicinity of Prince Edward Island. Okay, we're looking at precipitation here, and we are in Eastern Daylight Time, so add 1 hour. Now we're looking at some of those heavy thunderstorms now being pulled away from the coast of Mexico and then into the Gulf coastal region, and some developing across the Florida Peninsula, and then southeast of the Carolinas over the Gulf Stream. The usual kind of situation here. This is about 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time Tuesday morning. And then that snow shield is starting to spread into Vermont. This is, again, precipitation, but it will fall in the form of snow. But keep your eyes on the sort of lighter tan colors, the yellow colors. That's the 1 inch mark, and that's 10 to 1 ratio right there, 10 inches. Well, we're going to see far more snow than that, probably more like 15, even 18 to 1. And you can see that the 1.2, 1.4 inch, this is the ensembles too. This is 51 members of the European. It's pretty amazing to see that much. They've really amped this up. This is a rather significant, I would say, historical. And here we are at, that would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. The snow is done or finishing up at this point across Vermont. But you can see the totals here, pretty amazing. And then look at this. This is amazing. The areas around New Jersey, a little bit north of Delmarva, into southern New England is they're just going to get absolutely buried. This is a huge blizzard for these folks down here. Okay, you're looking at snow here. This is valid 8 o'clock Tuesday morning Eastern Daylight Time. And some pretty good snow across, looks like just about the D.C. area north and west, and into northern Maryland, and getting into New Jersey. I would say of all the places, I think New Jersey, Long Island, New York City, maybe ground zero with this storm here. And any type of rain-snow line is going to be way to the south and off the coast. So plenty of cold air in place. And then this is valid 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. That's 2 in the afternoon. That's 2 in the overnight period Thursday morning, and so forth. Fairly significant snowfalls here. We're seeing these kind of colors here, greater than 13 inches. And again, this is the European ensemble, and they're using 10-to-1 snowfall ratios, and I think it's going to be more like 15-to-1. So you could add probably another 5 inches to this, and I'll show you the control run and some of the amazing snowfall totals that are coming out right now with the temperature at its warmest levels in the layers aloft, and dendritic growth and how much snow might be accrued. Okay, you just saw the ensemble model, which is many members shown and all put together and averaged out. So you can easily see the two different jet streams here. This is the northern branch, this is the subtropical branch, and how these two begin to phase together is really amazing. Jumping the gun there. So here's the evolution right there. Thunderstorms off the eastern seaboard, almost into Vermont here. This is valid at 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. So really at 48 hours out. And then you can see the monster here. And a pretty tight low pressure system that's well inside the benchmark and tracking across the canal. That is a very favorable position for some really good jackpot snows for a lot of Vermont. And then this curls up and heads up into the coastal areas of Maine while falling apart, losing a lot of its energy. It's pretty much at this point, after maturity, it's beginning to fall apart, but still a lot of leftover snow, wrap around and deformation, and then it's out of here. Okay, we're looking at the control model run from this morning, the 12Z European. Look at the amounts. This is just 10-to-1. So 14 Morrisville, 14 Montpelier, 14-15 Northeast Kingdom, 16 Rutland, and so forth. These seem to be the jackpot amounts. Now, if you use 15-to-1 snow-to-water ratio, take a look at this. And then finally, Kuchera, Evan Kuchera, his method is to have the dendritic growth of the snowflakes at the maximum warmest temperature. Well, this is a very cold storm, so it allows for some great snow growth. So even though the main action is an I-95 corridor storm, the snow shield is immense. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.